Hello, Moobit from GamerDads.co.uk and the Gamers Retrocast, here on my personal channel with another toy review. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy I've been trying to get hold of for ages. It's Soundwave, one of the better Soundwave toys of recent years, it has to be said. I've been looking for this guy all over. They're only just starting to leak into UK shops. I'm going to try and be quite brief with this, just because I think Soundwave's been done to death by our American cousins, because he's been out over there for quite a while. But yeah, we'll go through his alt modes and show you the little gimmick that he's got. You can probably see it just there. But anyway, let's have a look at the packaging. Okay, so switch to macro, and it's an intermediate level 2. I think just because it's a deluxe, frankly. There's Soundwave, the bot without a face. In fact, he's got the face of a Decepticon symbol if you look closely. Very cool. Lots of little purpley, pinky detailing on him. Decepticon logo, there's some embossed stuff on the top, which I still haven't worked out what that is. And there's the man himself. There's Laserbeak. You can't have Soundwave without a Laserbeak, ladies and gentlemen. Got to be done. And as you can probably see, he is, which I think is perfect for a noughties version of Soundwave. He is a UAV, an unmanned spy drone, which is absolutely perfect for his character. Hasbro Robots in Disguise line, Soundwave, Decepticon, 5+. Where his vital stats would be in this country, we've got Soundwave here. Nice picture of him close up on his face. And you've got the warnings, the usual stuff. Warning, attention, Achtung, Achtung, sad on your face, don't bother. If you're a sad on your face, you can't have it, and it goes on forever, right around the other side. Nothing on that side. He's Soundwave, he's the Deluxe, he is Wave 1, number 4, in this country at least. Apart from the first editions, I don't know how they count those, but there you go. Time to go on YouTube, Transformers Collectors Club on the website, Hasbro, line mark, and all the usual stuff. And I cannot wait to get this guy open, so let's get straight on with it. And here's Transformers Prime Soundwave Deluxe class, opened up and into his UAV vehicle mode, and my god, this toy is brilliant, in my humble opinion. But you know, I mean, Soundwave is a great character anyway. Let's give you a quick close-up of this. I mean, when you compare him to the Bayformers, yes, I went there, it's not Transformers, it's Bayformers. And he was just like a, yeah, fair enough, he was a satellite, but he wasn't really anything, he was a mess. And the robot was a bit shite as well, whereas this is perfect. A UAV, flying over the skies, collecting data, it's absolutely perfect alt mode for him. Very nice. Obviously UAVs do look a bit like this. Lovely detail in here, so you got some sort of pink details, which seems to be the thing this series. Little tiny landing gear on the bottom, doesn't roll or anything, it's just to help it stand. And the UAV part itself, so you got, so I don't think you can really make this out on camera, but there's some great detailing. I think it's supposed to be Cybertronian lettering or something just across that pink painted part there. Quite a matte colour scheme, I suppose, just for camouflage. Wingtips black, a few black details on there, thrusters, so you can see it's a bit of a full 360 there for you. And from the top, from the bottom, he does look a bit like a satellite, funnily enough. So obviously it's going to be a robot just from the bottom of it, to me, but that's just me. But from the top and the sides and the back and everything, it's absolutely fantastic. You can have like ridiculous O-wings on there if you want, and open those right out, and you can have huge wings, and he's almost like a glider now. But the actual mode is supposed to be like that, and very, very nice it is too. So to transform him is easier going from vehicle to robot, funnily enough. Robot to vehicle is a bit of a pain in the arse, but just because of the way things click together, they unclick quite easily. So basically, you want to separate the arms off like that, separate the arms off like that, turn him round, and elongate. These are going to be the arms, you probably can tell. There's his hands. Elongate that, bring this whole section up and in like that, this whole section up and in. It doesn't click or anything, so bear that in mind. And then you want to unclick that, bring it down and in. We'll go into normal mode for this, unclip that, bring it down and in, and then you unclip the sides. It might be better in macro actually, there we are. Unclip the sides, and that side, unclip the sides, so you've got something that looks like that. Down to the legs, these separate off. This is the bottom end of the UAV. These all split in half, as you can probably tell. Split in half all the way up, like that. And here's the leg transformation, which is a bit finicky, but you know. The nose cone part folds up, and there's a tab here. You have to lift it slightly and tab it all the way back, then lift the nose cone like that. Okay, so you can see there's the thing there. It stops there. You lift it, go like that, and then put this bit all the way back. Some would say that's kibble, but I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. They've gotten away with it. Okay, and then you bring these bits part down like that, this bit down, not his landing gear, fold his landing gear up, that's connected to 1 foot, this bit down like that, same on this side, so that, and then he's got the Bayformer chicken leg, but actually works quite well on this particular toy. So you fold them like that, so I'll show you that again on this side slowly. It's all on joint, and it folds up and in like that, and then this clicks down for the knee pads, and that's his feet just about done, as you can see, like that. And then get his high heels ready. There's a reason this is called Revealer Prime toy. This whole section folds down, and when you fold that down, head reveal, there you go. I'll show that again. You fold that down in head reveal, so like that. The nose cone part folds in and it folds back to where it was. Click it into place, have a little fiddle, and there you have Soundwave in his robot mode. There he is. I'm just going to change the camera angle because I'm stretching a bit far here. There he is, sorry about that. Just had the camera pulled back a bit too far there. And there he is. I mean, he is badass, and just looking at him all hunched over, he just looks evil. He screams evil to me, Soundwave. He's mute in this cartoon if you guys haven't checked it out yet, which is a bit strange, but you know. Show some detail then. So he's got a lovely head sculpt. On the show this is almost like a screen that shows all the data that he's spying on, if you will. Hard chest piece which has got a special surprise in. I'll show you in a minute if you haven't watched the show. Got some lovely molded detail on the waist, pink detail on the crotch piece as it were, lovely knees, pink knees on this side. From the side, more detail, lovely details here. The paintwork isn't coming quite across. It's kind of a matte, but it's not shiny like reflective. It's just a lovely kind of sports car-ish matte kind of colour, best way I can describe it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. A lot of people I've seen on YouTube have complained about his arms. I don't think they're too bad. I like them actually. They do have an inward pivot as well, like that. He has a hole there which I'll show you in a moment. On the back, it's tidy as hell. Look, it's got a backpack of sorts. It's not a backpack just to get rid of the kibble though. It actually looks like it should be there. I like that. But then of course, Soundwave, where would he be without his minions? And of course, as you probably know, in this show he has got Laserbeak, which rather than being a tape deck in this show is actually part of his chest. If we click that open like that and bring this forward into macro, and here it is. And what you basically do is lift that up, get the wings out, and there's Laserbeak. Now a lot of G1 fans have said that he really is a bit more like Ratbat. He's a bit more ratish than anything, and I see what they mean, to be honest. But obviously Laserbeak is a more famous name. They've used the name Laserbeak in the films as well. So for you got to remember, Transformers is also for kids as well as those oldies. So they would have grown up unfortunately with Bayformers, so they will be familiar with Laserbeak, and he's lovely. And the beautiful thing about Laserbeak is, as well as being on his chest, you can actually plug him into his hand like so, and he can just be sat there with Laserbeak on his hand ready to release and go spy. And that's how he's going to be displayed on my desk at work. I'll give you a quick close-up of that as well. There he is. So he can click on his hand and it's like his finger's like, go get some stuff. Although he wouldn't speak. Absolutely beautiful. Get some quick size comparisons. We'll put him there with Laserbeak in tow. Get him all stood up. There we are. So there's Soundwave, and there is Jackie, as he's called, Wheeljack in this show. Some would say he doesn't act much like Wheeljack because he was a scientist in G1, but there we go. There's Wheeljack, very similar. In terms of head height, it's exactly the same. He's obviously a bit tall on the back just because of these fins, but in terms of the body and everything, they're about the same. Jackie looks a bit more bulky, which is what he's supposed to be. In this show, he's a wrecker. He's a bulkhead's best mate, so he fits in quite well. So there we go. And I'd show you a comparison with Cliff Jumper, but I haven't opened him yet. He's the next one on the list, but I'll put him against the vehicle mode in a moment. So there we go, that's Soundwave in his robot form, and it's bloody badass. We'll quickly go back to the vehicle form and then we'll show you some comparisons of that, and then that's about it. So we'll get rid of Laserbeak. He stores back in the chest, upside down, like so. And you can see there are divots. There are divots along here, so the wings basically fold into those divots like so. And there he is. Open up the back, get the head in, and what you have to do is kind of hold the head, take the thing out, hold the head in, and then close it so that it's in there. Now you've got to be careful of the prong bit on his head is soft rubber, so that does get stuck in, so just be careful of that. Okay, feet, fold these out and in, the feet go up, out and in, out and in, out and in, and they all fold in like that. And same with that side. Now you have to bear with me on this, Transformers fans, just because, as I said at the beginning of the review, get his landing gear out, the feet especially, going back into UAV mode, are a pain in the arse. So if I show you, there's a tab and a hole, a tab and a hole, and they counterlock into each other. So you've got a tab, tab, hole, hole, and you kind of slide that in and squeeze it, and then all along here, can you see there's tabs, 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 another tab there, and there's tabs underneath, and you just kind of have to squeeze, keep that squeezing, because otherwise the whole thing falls apart, and you squeeze and you squeeze and you squeeze and you squeeze, and on mine this one never tabs in properly or sticks out a little bit. But there we go, that's that. And then while you're still holding it, sort of get it all concertinaed back. And actually that was easier than the last time, so there you go, that's the front bit done. And as you saw from the wings, they unfold, unpeg, unpeg. There basically is a hole and a peg in there. Unpeg, unpeg. I'm trying to do this quite quickly because, like I said it before, this particular model has been done quite a lot on YouTube at the moment, but I did want to show you just because his Soundwave, he's badass. So that all clicks back in there. That, as you can see, there's a peg here, there's a hole here. So if you fold it in, you'll know when they meet that that's in the right position, okay? And then you basically fold that around and in till you get a click, because look, there's a triangle piece there, can you see that? So that triangle piece matches up with the wings, and then you basically fold that in, click it in, fold that down, click it in, and there you have Soundwave back in his UAV form. So there he is. Let's get some size comparisons for you. So, okay, vehicular size comparisons. Unfortunately, I haven't got like Starscream, which would be yet in Deluxe mode, so that would be ideal, but I've only got the vehicular ones at the moment. So here he is next to Wheeljack in vehicle form, and as you can see, similar size these are. When you think about the amount of plastic used, they're kind of the same size, these Deluxe ones, to be fair. Obviously that's more bulky because it's a car, but it's about the same plastic used. They're about the same weight, frankly. So there's Wheeljack and Cliff Jumper. Again, same kind of size. I mean, you stick Wheeljack and Cliff Jumper together, they are basically the same look. So you see what I mean by size comparisons. You know, they're about the same amount of plastic, but then that would make sense from a manufacturer's point of view. So there we are. That is Deluxe Class Transformers Robots in Disguise Soundwave, and he is absolutely badass. I think he's, in a way, he's probably a bit of a love him or hate him kind of toy, really, because he's quite spindly. Some people say he's quite kibbly. I don't think he is. I think that's just part of the design. For me, he's brilliant. I mean, I grew up with G1. You know, he's Soundwave. He's finally Soundwave again. The closest we came to, which is more of a parody of him, was in the Transformers Animated, which I'm still looking for one of those myself, just because Laserbeaky is a guitar and is a guitar player. That's awesome. But until next time, I have been Moobit, and my channels are /Moobit and /Moobit Music, and I work for GamerDads.co.uk, and our channels are GamerDads UK and /Retrocast UK, and the podcast is tinyurl.com/GamerDads podcast for all your gaming, toy, retro stuff kind of needs. And thank you for watching. Until next time, the next one's going to be I think is going to be Cliff Jumper in robot mode, so hopefully check out for that. And you can click the screen now if you want and get a full list of Transformers Prime toys of all the ones I've got so far, and I'll be adding to that all the time as they come in. Incidentally, if you download the Argos app, this is in the UK, Argos is the only store at least in my area, that you can actually get these toys, so that's a good little tip for you. Keep searching the Argos app for stores in your local area. It will tell you what's in stock, and you can click the screen, it will reserve it for 2 days, and you can just nip down and fetch them, like I have with the latest run of review samples. So yeah, there you go, top tip for Moobit, and I will see you next time.
I like to move it, bit, bit.